Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It is Friday, April 13, the year 2018. Let's talk trading, the weekly wrap up. Okay, it's Friday the 13th. Your lucky day, right? And what's luck got to do with it? To paraphrase, was that Tina Turner? What's love got to do with it? Anyway, let's just go jump right in and look at money and risk management. There's no luck involved here. It's all up to you. Make sure you do it. Okay. I think we talked about this yesterday. Talked about trust. Did you hit the line? Price hit the line. Did you go long? 24 pips in your pocket right now. Had you taken that trade, oh, Harry hindsight, right? But we knew about that trade before it happened now, didn't we? Now, let's see. I saw something I thought might be interesting here. I'm looking at the Australian dollar. It's right near that 0.78 mark. I'm thinking price might want to do that. So might want to play it out of the wick zone next week here. And I'm thinking might have been another interesting trade going on. You can see here the pound dollar almost hit that 143. You can see here it's in a couple of previous wick zones. So once again, you might look to trade out of the wick zone. And you can see here that weekly break on dollar Canadian. As you can see here, we had a weekly break to the downside. And also you can see how it entered this wick zone and popped up this previous wick zone from a few weeks ago. And let's go now. Let's take a look at the daily. You can see here daily breakout 107.42, and if you come back here 107.48, so you see it broke through two levels. You can see there's your 48 level, so it cleared all these wick zones. And range today, only have a handful or less than a handful, just three above 100. We got a 99, couple of 90s there, but it's Friday, right? Friday the 13th. Maybe some people are staying away. And let's see, pivot zone, oh, buy zone. Here we go. Back to the buy zone. Okay, you pivot traders, well, we can talk about that later, but it didn't hit it. You see it triggered, reversed. You got a trigger here. It hit that VWAP, but that was, this is the current VWAP. I'm not sure where the VWAP was, probably a little bit lower. And you can see here we've got the future pivot point of VWAP, so might look to go take a short trade somewhere in the near future, heading toward these. Maybe when price or when the market opens next week. You can see here we've got the euro, we've got we've got action right here. You can see not much happening in terms of range. We've got a whopping 39 pip range here on the euro. Just not much happening there. I just realized something. Now that I have this here, I really don't need this anymore. Just delete that indicator window. And I might need to move that B clock out of the way. Inputs. This is corner 3. Maybe we could put it over in corner 2. At zone, we didn't have any range here. Now we do. So look to see if it comes back the other way. But it's only 56 pips. So far, not much range on the day. And we talked about the pivot not being hit. So you can see price came into that central pivot range between TC and BC. Didn't hit the pivot, but then shot right back out of it. It's kind of like the wick zone. Price doesn't like staying in that central pivot zone area. Price action. Green at the line, buy, red at the line, sell. I'd say it every day. But, you know, that's what trading is, repetition. Same thing day after day, trade after trade. If all your trades look alike, though you might not always have the same result, but you're entering the same, you're exiting the same, you're probably profitable. And here we go again. And why are you probably profitable? Because if you weren't and all your trades looked the same, you would have probably lost all the money, right? Because whatever you were doing wasn't successful, even though you were doing it over and over again. As you can see here, H1, candle color at the line, winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? Right here, if you got in a little late to the game, you would have had to scratch that trade, possibly write it out. People are going to ask, well, you know, when do you scratch? That depends on your exit playbook. You guys know what your position size is and what your stop loss is. Where do you set the stop? Once again, it's a function of your risk and your position size. You have to determine that ahead of the game. So you might say, well, I might stop out from line to line. Okay, if you do that, then you have to adjust your position size accordingly. And as we can see here, the wick zone. In and out, in and out, in and out. And the holo zone, switch over to H1. You can see here, we've just put in a highest open this hour. So probably put in a highest open next hour, and you might look for it to go this way. If it cracks 75, it wants 108. That reminds me, I still have to work on that one indicator. As you can see here, I just turned on the computer. I've got some things to do. Oh, for those of you following, I received word that the Republican Party is endorsing me as the county commissioner candidate. I thought that's pretty cool. So who knows? Maybe I do have a chance. It'll be interesting, but that's got nothing to do with trading. So I hope fellow traders have had a good week trading. Trying to think, were there any questions out there pending? Oh yeah, the donational indicators. I guess there might be some slight confusion. I say that you'll receive updates if there's any fixes. Okay, so if you say, for example, donated in 2012 and there's an indicator that didn't work properly, or there was a bug in it, or because of the new build, that indicator is no longer valid, I will update those 2012s and I will send them to you. You know, when somebody alerts me and I fix it, I send it to everybody who donated in 2012. What it doesn't mean is if you donated in 2012, you don't automatically get every indicator, all the 2013s, all the 2014s. No, that's not what it means. So I hope that clears things up a bit, because I guess there's some older indicators from, I guess, somewhere between 2008 when I first started putting the code out and 2010 that may no longer work under the new build 1000 and above, only because they changed. Back then, I thought it was cool. I saw somebody else do it. They used periods in the variable names. So I started doing that, and lo and behold, Bill 1000, they took that out because they went to object-oriented type code, and the period means something totally different. So all those, all that old code stopped working, stopped compiling. So I have to go in and fix it. So I thought I had done it on most of the indicators, but I guess there's still a couple out there that people have bumped had problems. So if you let me know, I will fix it, and then I will send the code out to everybody who donated for that year. So, and because somebody thought I was trying to fish for more donations, and it's like, no, that's not what this is about. So just to let you guys know that, hopefully that clears things up a bit. So it looks like I've got a, speaking of fix, it looks like that got cut off. So maybe I need to change this. Just say SP or SPR, so I can, no, I'm going to have to change something else here. Might have to put this on 2 lines or take something off. Maybe I can take the price off here because you can see what the bid and ask is anyway. So that's it. That kind of wraps up the week, fellow traders. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I'll try to answer them on the video. Oh, and if you might have noticed this week, I've only posted the videos where I normally post, and where I post my code, and on the Facebook page that I have. Was it Never Lose Again? So it's like, because it was taking, it takes time to post these all around. And as I said, I'm involved in a few elections here, so I have to use my time wisely. Because like today, I'm not even going to get to drain the banks anymore because I've got things I got to do all day long. So anyway, once again, I hope you had a really good week. And just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go forth and drain the banks.